Hey guys, good morning. Mrs. Shelton here. As you know, this week we are focusing and going to continue to focus on Activity 10. And Activity 10 is all about modeling state changes. Yesterday, we completed Get Started 1 through 4, and the majority of you were able to do the activity by reading and following the procedure steps 1 through 15 in your student book. Now, because of time constraints, we are watching this video. In this video, you will see the experiment, and you are to record your data on student sheet 10.1. Okay. If you have not yet finished your data, that is the first thing you must do, because before you can move on to step 3 of do the activity, which we are going to focus on today, you must have the data to use for that component of the activity. So when we are referring to the data. Remember, your data is what you completed for both parts of this activity. Oops, I clicked off it. There it is. Part two, you had to collect the time and the temperatures for when the substance was freezing, and as well as the melting temperatures. So that leads us to step 3 today in our do the activity section of this lab. So for step 3, it tells us that we're going to use the temperatures that we recorded on our student sheet to create a line graph that plots temperature versus time in the space provided on student sheet 10.1. You'll be creating 2 graphs, both of which are line graphs, one for the freezing temperatures and one for the melting temperatures. You need to be sure to use the same scale for each graph, and you're going to create your graph in Google Sheets. If you notice, I have included a document in here. It's a Google document entitled How to Make a Line Graph in Google Sheets. And at this point in time, I'm going to walk you through that document, and I'm going to walk you through actually going about creating this line graph. So the first thing I need you to do is I need you to open up Google Sheets. When you're in Google Sheets, I need you to click a blank spreadsheet. So this is going to be a brand new spreadsheet. Okay, then you're simply going to follow the directions in this document, how to make a line graph. In step number 1, we're going to enter the data in Google Sheets. Now, this is going to be the most important step, because what you enter in your Google Sheets spreadsheet is what will actually be shown in your line graph. I want you to notice that in this particular example that I've shared with you, cell A1 is empty. If we were creating a multi-plot line graph, you will want cell A1 to be empty. We are not going to be completing a multi-line graph. Therefore, you will not need to leave this cell empty. So what I want you to do is I want you to go down to your data, okay? That data that you have in student sheet 10.1. And I want you to copy that data, okay? Obviously, I don't have any data here, but you're going to copy it. And then you're going to come to this spreadsheet, and you're simply going to click on cell A, and you're going to paste. Okay, so that then sets up the information that you need. Now I'm going to put some information in here. Okay, I'm making this up on the fly. Whoops. Let me go back up here. This is 26, 22, 23. 20. Okay, again, remember, this is all made up. So once you get your data in here, and it may suffice that you don't necessarily just copy the table, but you can just put the data. You're going to have to maybe retype your data in here. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to highlight the data that you want to make the graph for. Okay, so you're going to select the data set for which you want to insert the line chart and click on the chart icon in the toolbar. So let's go back to this spreadsheet here. Okay, and I want my labels of time and temperature, and we're just going to pretend that I only want these first 4 pieces of data. I'm going to highlight, okay, those first 4 pieces of data. Once I have highlighted that, I can do this one of 2 ways. I can click on the chart icon, or as you can see in this example, I can go to insert, okay, and chart, okay? So let's go ahead and let's come up here. Here is that chart icon. You can do insert chart, or you can go from here and go insert chart. Same thing, it's going to get you there either way you go. So we're going to click the chart, okay? And that then is just going to take you to the chart editor. Hey, check it out. You've got a label on the x-axis, a label on the y-axis. You've got a title. Now this title is not going to be appropriate. I'm going to ask that you change this title so that it represents exactly what data it is that we are tracking here. So instead of temperature versus time, I want you to be specific. I'd like it to be 3 words that are descriptive. I want it to describe what this activity is about. Okay. Now, you'll notice you're in this chart editor. Okay. If you come down here, okay, you can do a couple of things in the chart editor. Right here, it talks about setup and what you can do in terms of setup. And right here, it tells you how you can go about customizing your chart. Fortunately for you, you've already got a horizontal and vertical axis labeled. And the reason you have that is because you put your data, okay, when you inserted your data, you left those labels up at the top. Make sure that you do that, okay? Now, once you finish customizing your table, all you're going to do is you're going to click so that you have highlighted this line graph. Okay, now obviously yours is going to have way more data points than mine, right? Because I only did the first 4 minutes. You're going to do you're going to do the 15 minutes from point 0 to 15. Okay, but anyways, you're going to highlight this. Okay, oops, let's see here. Double click. Let me see here. Where am I going? Where am I going? My face is in the way. Let me move this over. Make sure that you save this. Okay, so you could save this as activity number 10, line graph 1, and this will be for freezing, right? But you know what it is. Okay, I should be able to. Why is it not letting me copy? There we go. You're going to copy it, and then you're going to come back here, and under your graph, you're simply going to paste it, okay? So you're just simply going to paste we're going to paste it unlinked so that I can see your table. So it just goes right there. And that's all you have to do. You're then going to follow up and do the second one. Please make sure that you have all of your data in here from time 0, which is your initial measurement, to minute 15. If you are able to complete both graphs in today's class period, I would encourage you to move back on, okay? You'll notice once you get both of your graphs done that you're finished with doing the activity and you can begin build understanding, which is what we will focus on tomorrow. So your goal today is to get both of your line graphs created in Google Sheets. I hope that you guys have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you soon.